Hi, my name's John. In this video I'm going to show you how you can create a course that you can sell using the Kit platform and your WordPress website. So if that sounds like something you want to do, let's dive in. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is create the course that we want to sell in Kit as a product. So let's look at how we do that. So in the Kit platform, navigate to where it says Earn and then Products. We're going to click on that and we're going to click Create New Product. So this is what we're going to effectively sell to our audience, and then we'll give them access to it inside WordPress. So I'm going to call this Kit Email Mastery for Beginners. So that's the name of the course that I'm creating. Now we can either charge a one-off fee or we can charge a subscription fee. I'm going to keep it as a one-off fee at the moment. Click Next and then pick a fee. So let's call it $100. Now you can pick any currency you want from the list. I'm just going to stick with US dollars. And then I'm going to click Next. And then it says in here the fulfillment. So it says a digital download, a newsletter, or something else. For the purpose of what I'm going to show you in this, we're going to say something else. Okay. And then click Next. And then it comes up with the list of default custom domains you can use. I've got a couple in this demo account here. So I'll pick that one and then I click Create Product. So then Kit creates the product and puts it into the product editor. Okay, so this is what we're in just now. So across the top we've got 4 buttons. The one we're looking at just now, the checkout one, the confirmation, and the receipt email. So I'm going to configure each one of those. So if I click on here, we can add an image first of all. So let me just upload an image. So I'm going to choose that one, click Open, and it loads that image in. So what we're creating here essentially is a sales page where people can come along and click on it and buy the course. Then in here I'll change this text so that it's something more meaningful. Let me just paste something in. So I'll paste that in. So it's literally just a little bit of text about what's included in the course. The button, I'm going to change that to, let's say, red and say buy now. And then on the next button it says checkout. It's got a default layout for the checkout option. I'm not going to change that. Confirmation, again, it's got a default look and feel to it. If you want to, you can add in like images and stuff in here if you wanted to. You know, like the image that I just added to the actual product, you could add it in here as well if you want. And likewise inside the email that the customer is going to receive, you could put an image or anything else you want to put in there as well. So you can obviously change the text in here, make it relevant to what it is you're selling. So that's how to create a product inside Kit. It's very, very simple to do. I'm going to click Save and I'm going to click Publish. Now in here I've got a URL that I can share with people if I want to send it to them if they want to buy it. So if I paste in that URL, you'll see it comes up with essentially what we've just created. I've just noticed I've got a typo in there. Not but now, it's buy now. So yeah, they click on the button and it takes them through the process of buying it. So that's us now created the product. The next thing we want to do is move to WordPress, and I'll show you how to install the WordPress plugin. Okay, so now we are in WordPress. So I'm now going to install the Kit plugin, which is free. So at the top where it says add new plugin, click on that. And in this search box over here, click type in Kit, hit return. And it's this one here that you want, the one with the Kit logo here. It says Kit, formerly Convert Kit. Click install now. And it says installed, and then give it a second, it'll say activate. Click on activate. So when I navigate to Kit, there's a little link here, it's called Setup Wizard. If you click on that, Kit will take you through the process of connecting it. So I'm going to click on connect. Now at this stage it recognises that I'm already logged into my Kit account, but if I wasn't logged in, it would now prompt me to log into my account so that I can then connect it. So because mine is logged in, it shows up on that that drop down there, and then all I need to do is click grant access to WordPress. Give it a few seconds. And then you can see there's a message there that says successfully authorized with Kit. Okay, so we now have our Kit plugin authorized to communicate with WordPress and vice versa. Okay, so now that we've got our WordPress plugin installed, let's now create the content, in other words the course that we're going to sell and protect using the Kit platform. So I'm going to go to Pages, and then up the top here you'll see that there's the Kit logo, and you've got the option of adding two things, a landing page or member content. I'm going to select member content, and that'll then open up a wizard provided by Kit that allows you to select the content you want to sell with your course. So you've got two options, what type of content you're offering, a download or a course. I'm going to select a course, and then what's the name of your course? I'm going to call it Kit Email Mastery Beginners, just like I created inside Kit. Describe the content for non-members. So I'm just going to, for the purpose of this demo, I'll just copy and paste that in there. However, normally you would have something in there that's more helpful, more meaningful. And then it says here, how many lessons does the course consist of? Okay, so the number of lessons that you have in your course is obviously entirely up to you. It depends how small or large the course is going to be. But essentially what happens inside WordPress is that for every lesson you create in your course, it will create a sub-page for your courses page. So when people are taking the course or going through the content of the course, they can navigate to the next lesson, in other words, the next page in WordPress. So like I say, you can make that as many or as few pages as you like. I'll just keep it at 3 at the moment. And then down here at the bottom, the last bit, it says the Kit product or tag the visitor must subscribe to it in order to see the content. Now, remember I created that product inside Kit, which was called, let me just see if I can find it. So this one here, Kit Email Mastery for Beginners. So I'm basically telling WordPress that in order for someone to be able to access these pages, I want them to have purchased the Kit Email Mastery Beginners course from me. So I'm going to click Submit, and you can see now that WordPress now has a page for my course and these 3 subpages for Lesson 1, Lesson 2 and Lesson 3. Okay. If I go and edit that top page, you can see here that it's got a default look and feel to it, where just the title up there and then a default start course button. Okay. Now I can add other elements into each page if I want to, just to make it look and feel more like a course. What I actually prefer to do inside my course is use the Elementor editor. You don't need to, it's just what I prefer to do. It just makes, for me, it just makes it easier to add things in here. So once you've got the page loaded into the Elementor editor, like I have here, you can then start to more easily add in other content. Now for this one, I'm just going to leave it the way it is. You know, I maybe put an image or something in there, but essentially I'll leave it as the way it looks at the moment, which is the start course button. I'm then going to go back to the sub pages down here. These are the ones where the content is held for the actual course. And let's say your course is typically, the way I do mine is typically it's a video or videos per lesson, and then maybe a bit of text, maybe a couple of images, and maybe a download button, something like that. You can see in here that I've got the option to put in some introductory text about the lesson 1, and then it says read more, and then I've got content below it. All you need to know is that when you put stuff above that read more line, that can be seen by anyone, and the stuff that goes below the read more line is protected by Kit, and only people who have purchased the course can access that in here. So again, I'm going to click on Edit with Elementor because that's just my preferred editor. and I'm going to add in, let's say, I'm going to add in, let's say, a box under that. And then inside here, I'm going to drag in, let's say, a video. I can put a video in there, and I can link it to, let's quickly go to my YouTube channel, just for speed. I'm going to just take a video from here, copy that URL, and then in here, inside WordPress, I'm going to change that from YouTube. I could change that from YouTube to Vimeo if I want. I'm not going to. In this case, I'm going to just put in a YouTube one. Now, the way I typically do my videos, for my courses, is I don't put them on YouTube. I put them on Vimeo, which is my preferred video hosting platform. But just like I did with YouTube there, you could do the same with a Vimeo video if you want to. So you can see now that the video is loaded in there. I've then got the option of adding in other elements if I want to underneath. And I can do that until I've got my lesson looking the way I want it. And so that's all you need to do. You need to repeat that process for each page in WordPress. You just need to make it look and feel the way you want it for your subscribers or your customers. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at people who try to access that page who haven't yet purchased. Okay. So a little tip here, if you are going to be creating courses and you want to do some sort of testing on it, you can purchase it using 100% discount code. I'll show you how to do that. So in settings, this is now in the purchase, in the product that we created to purchase. Under discounts, I can apply a discount code. I'm going to say, let's say John Demo. And I'm going to say it's a percentage rather than a dollar amount. I'm going to say it's a 100% discount. I'm going to limit it to only ever been used once, and then click save. Okay. Now when I go to publish, it's got the URL, but if I slide that little button, it says I can include the demo. So I can click that and then paste it in there. And now when I bring it up, it will say it was $100, it's now $0. And then click buy now. Now there is a minor caveat to that, is that you still need to put in your payment card details. However, you're not charged anything, you're charged $0. So I'm going to click buy now. It's going to ask me for my email address and card details. And then once I've clicked that button, put my details in there, you can see that comes up with a thank you. So I've now purchased that product. Okay, so now that I've purchased that product, I'm now going to get back to that incognito window where I tried to access the course the first time before I'd bought it. You can see in here it's saying I need a subscription to this course to buy it. Now, if I've already bought it, which I have now, it will say log in here, and I'm going to put my email address in here, and then click log in. And what Kit is doing now is going and checking that email address to see if I've purchased that product. If I have, it will send me a one-time passcode, a 6-digit one-time passcode to my email box, and I can just use it to log in here. So let me just see if that email's arrived. Okay, so this is the email that's just arrived, and it's got my 6-digit code in there. Okay, so 342236. So I'm going to type in there 342236. And when I type that in, I'll now have access to the course. So now you can see, I can now access that video if I want to access it. So that's how I can access the protected content in that. Now once you've got your course mapped out and have all the lessons in it you want to have in it, the way the student will navigate through the course, they've got the next and the previous lesson buttons here. So next would take me to the second lesson in the course. Next would take me to the third lesson. You can see the lesson number changing here, and then likewise the previous lesson. So you're just navigating your way back and forth through the pages. So let's just do a bit of a summary on what we did there. So to start with, we created the product inside Kit, the product we want to sell. In this case, it was a course. We're going to charge $100 for it. We then installed the kits. We installed Kit's free WordPress plugin onto our WordPress website. We connected it to our Kit account so that we can communicate back and forth. We then tried to access it through the WordPress pages, but we were denied access, saying that we need to buy it before we can get access to it. I then went and purchased the course using a 100% discount code, which then granted me access to the content. So when I went back into the refresh, put in my email address, Kit then checked to see if I'd purchased the product, which at this point I did. It then sent me a one-time passcode, which is 6 digits. That once I typed that in, it then gave me access to the content that's in the course. Even though it's quite a rudimentary way of doing it, it does work effectively, and it saves you having to invest in a learning management system like Thinkific or Teachable or any of these platforms. You can do it using your WordPress website and the Kit plugin all for free. So I hope you found that helpful. Go and give it a go, install the WordPress plugin on your website if you haven't done already, and then start creating member-only content that you can then sell via the Kit commerce platform. Thanks for watching, and if you get any questions or comments, please leave them below, and I hope to see you on the next video. Cheers.